Bobby Wagner remained a cornerstone of the Seahawks franchise in 2019, lining up for 99% of the team's defensive snaps, as well as 18% of snaps on special teams. But at first glance at the stats, he seemed to display a drop-off in one key area: pass coverage. Despite a similar amount of targets, teams completed 80.6% of their passes against him, up from 6.7% in 2018. And his 627 total yards allowed was the second most amongst all linebackers, trailing only Oakland's Tahir Whitehead. However, after going through the film, I'm more inclined to think that the numbers do not tell the whole story. First things first, scheme. Seattle's base defense is the same cover 3 they popularized in the league almost a decade ago. The two boundary corners bail to the deep thirds with the free safety playing in the middle. The two outside linebackers would drop to play the flats or rush the passer, leaving Wagner and KJ Wright in the inside zones, or looking to play the most dangerous threat. This would often leave Wagner in an isolated situation against some tough matchups. Check out this play from week 1. It's 1st and 20 after a holding penalty, so the Bengals decide to spread it out with the boundary guys running deep. Double Diggs and Gio Bernard on the check down. Seattle drops into a cover 3 hole, and the Diggs are safely covered, so Dalton takes the wise check down. Wagner hustles and keeps the check down to just 7. Now overall, this is a positive play from Wagner. He drops deep to make sure the dig can't be thrown, and then comes up to halt the quick-footed Bernard. Good play, yet the stats record this as a completion he gave up. Another play like this can be seen in the Rams game. The Rams are running a play-action pass off the outside run that they've been using all game. The Hawks are actually playing a cover 2 here, leaving Wagner to play the run first and then cover Robert Woods in the slot. After stepping out to play the run, Wagner is forced to open up his hips and chase down Woods. But it's a big ask getting your middle linebacker to play the run and cover a slot running a deep crosser, even if your name's Bobby Wagner. So despite poor numbers, Wagner had a relatively solid season on tape. Check out this play against the Vikings. The Vikings motion to twin left with a reduced look on the near side. They're running a play-action flood concept with a check-down hitch over the middle. Usually a pretty good play against a team like Seattle, aiming to attack the intermediate gaps in their base cover 3. Wagner, whose initial responsibility is Irv Smith Jr., steps over to guard Rudolph after the motion. Smith runs a deep post past Wagner's zone, and you can see here the play is designed for KJ to bite at the underneath hitch, the flat to take out the boundary, and the post corner to take out the deep third, forcing Wagner to have to chase the deep over across the field. However, Wagner and KJ Wright are in sync, as they both recognize the play, with KJ pivoting to the deep over, leaving Wagner free to break on the hitch. Cousins is a beat late, and Wagner punishes him with a textbook breakup. Here against Arizona, it's 3rd and 1, and the Cards are in a bunch right empty formation, with Seattle dropping into their base cover 3. Wagner does a nice job of covering Christian Kirk running the spot route, then breaks coverage at the exact right moment to chase Kyler Murray out of the boundary for a loss, forcing a 4th down in an important moment. Against Carolina, Wagner recorded his only interception of the season, but it was a beauty. With 30 seconds left and the ball on the 32, the Panthers come out in an empty set with 3 receivers running 10-yard hitches, trying to pick up another chunk for an easy field goal. Seattle rotates from a cover 2 look to their base cover 3, and Wagner reads Kyle Allen's eyes the whole way, snatching the ball away from Chris Hogan. Here's another play from that Cardinals game. Wagner displays his excellent play recognition again, instantly shutting down a quick screen. On 3rd and 3, the Cardinals come out in trips left in a single back formation, running a quick bubble screen, trying to pick up an easy 3 yards with a 3-on-2 matchup. Wagner shows great situational awareness and quickly recognizes that the Cards are trying to achieve this, making a quick break on the pass and closing down at a great angle, stopping any threat of cutback. Wagner's look great on tape, so what's the issue? Well, football stats don't always reveal the true story, and these poor pass coverage statistics were just a symptom of a larger underlying problem with Seattle's defense: their lack of pass rush. The unit tied for 29th in the league in sacks, ranked 25th in pressure, and 29th in quarterback hits. The lack of pressure on opposing quarterbacks left everyone in coverage exposed, and a middle linebacker, no matter how good he is, can only do so much on his own. Check out this play versus the Ravens. The Seahawks are playing their usual cover 3. No Seahawk defender gets within 10 yards of Lamar, who's free to roll right and bomb one downfield to Miles Boykin. Or let's go back to week 14 against the Rams. LA runs a play-action stretch right with a flood concept on the left sideline. The Seahawks send 4, who all bite hard on the run, giving Goff all eternity to make a throw, and every linebacker here is in a tough spot. There's also probably something to be said for Seattle's overuse and predictability of its base defense, but that's going to be a topic for another video. As expected with an elite guy like Wagner, he was as proficient as ever against the run. On 1st and 10, the Rams run one of their favorites, running outside zone off tackle with a jet motion to keep the backside honest. Number 72 and KJ Wright set the edge well, and Wagner's ability to instantly recognize a play allows him to be in the cutback lane while Todd Gurley is still receiving the handoff. A good dive and wrap-up holds the play to just 1 yard. Later in the 4th, the Rams come back with the exact same play, this time with Malcolm Brown in the backfield. Rams guard number 63 is trying to chip the end and move up to Wagner. However, Wagner's quick feet and pursuit angles are too good, leaving the guard no chance at him. 54 then slips into the hole, and the running back runs straight into him for no gain. Wagner's play recognition is second to none, which allows him to play patiently. He trusts his speed, and therefore can afford to sit in a position for half a second and diagnose what an offense is doing. Something that shows up on film that you might miss on Sundays is his effort on every single play. Out of every defensive snap I watched Seattle play, I noticed Wagner in almost every single clip. This play versus Carolina demonstrates it perfectly. Facing off against the best running back in the league in 13 personnel, the Hawks are expecting a run from this look, so they come out in a bare front. The Panthers are going to hand the ball off to the right. Watch where the first contact is, and watch where Wagner is when it happens. He's a full 5 yards away and has 6 players to come through. Wagner keeps his eyes on CMC the entire play, sheds number 70 with a pull technique, and tracks McCaffrey all the way and secures the gain tackle. Great pursuit. Or this one against the Rams. The Rams run 2 motions here. The first motion by tight end Tyler Higbee is a man zone read for Goff. No Seahawks defenders move, telling us it's a zone coverage. The second motion stacks up wide receiver Robert Woods behind the line of scrimmage, creating a heavy run look. The Rams then hand the ball off strong, and for a second, it looks like a big gap's going to open up. However, Tyler Higbee's block is no match for Wagner, who just dismisses him with ease and makes the tackle. So, are Bobby Wagner's 2019 numbers something to worry about? For me, the answer is a definite no. His athleticism against the run, ability to initially recognize a play, and elite top-end speed tell me that Wagner is as good as a linebacker as he's always been, and should have a strong 2020 season. What it does tell us is the Seahawks need to add some talent to their pass rush if they want to have a chance at the NFC this season. The additions of Bruce Irvin on the edge, first-round linebacker Jordan Brooks, and second-round defensive end Darrell Taylor will have a big part to play on this year's Seahawks defense. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what Seattle defender you think will have a breakout season. And be sure to check out our latest video on TJ Watt, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as follow us on social media.